Understanding fractions, comparing and mastering the magic of numerators. Hello, English language learners. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of fractions, specifically comparing fractions with different denominators. We'll focus on comparing numerators and using inequality symbols to order fractions. By the end of this video, you'll feel much more confident in handling fractions, a key skill in English mathematics language. Before we begin, let's have a quick refresher on fractions. A fraction is a number that represents part of a whole. It's composed of a numerator, the top number, and a denominator, the bottom number. The numerator represents the number of equal parts we have, while the denominator represents the total number of equal parts. For example, in the fraction 3/4, 3 is the numerator and 4 is the denominator. Now, let's talk about inequality symbols. We use these symbols to show if one number is larger, smaller, or equal to another. Here are the symbols we'll be using. Greater than, greater than. This symbol indicates that the number on the left is greater than the one on the right. Less than, less than. This symbol indicates that the number on the left is less than the one on the right. Equal to, smiley face. This symbol shows that the numbers on either side of it are equal. When fractions have the same denominator, comparing them is easy. You just look at the numerators. The fraction with the larger numerator is greater. For example, 3/4 is greater than 2/4 because 3 is greater than 2. But what happens when the denominators are different? Well, we have to make the denominators the same first. This is called finding a common denominator. Once the denominators are the same, we can compare the numerators just like we did before. For example, if we want to compare 2/3 and 3/4, we need to find a common denominator. A common denominator for 3 and 4 is 12. So, we convert the fractions to have the denominator of 12. 2/3 becomes 8/12 and 3/4 becomes 9/12. Now it's easy to see which is larger. 9/12 is greater than 8/12. Now that we know how to compare fractions, we can use inequality symbols to show the comparison. For our previous example, we can write 3/4 greater than 2/3 because we found that 9/12 is greater than 8/12. And that's it. Now you're well equipped to compare fractions with different denominators, using numerators and inequality symbols. Practice these skills and you'll become a fraction pro in no time. Remember, every fraction tells a story of part of a whole, and now you're the author of that story. Happy learning!